Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about The Escape by Catherine Mansfield. In The Escape by Catherine Mansfield, we have the them of anger, responsibility, control, selfishness, happiness, freedom, independence and ignorance taken from your bills and other stories collection. The story is narrated in the third person and by an united narrator, and from the beginning of the story the reader realizes that the Mansfield may be exploring the them of anger. The main female protagonist is irritated by the face that she and her husband may miss the train. She appears to be planning all blames on the face that they will miss the train on her husband, which in many ways plays on the them of responsibility. Though at the beginning of the story, the main protagonist is blaming her husband for the position that they find themselves in. At no stage does she attempt to take control and reflect matters. However, it is noticeable as the story progresses that the main protagonist like to control her husband decision to him how to should can act in her company. There is the standard or image she wishes to portray of being is control of her environment when the reality is very much different. She is wholly reliant on the other to help her Mansfield writing of the character who is in anything not independent to other. The main protagonist is no holiday in incubed but he has no idea on how to conclude herself a blend in with her surrounding. She remains a very middle class woman who is out of her depth while in incubed and relying on her husband to help her. The face that the protagonist is usual to apply the power to her face while she is in the car may also be symbolism important. It is possible that Mansfield is affording the reader the opportunity to see the protagonist in her natural stage without any embellishment house he treat her husband while in the car may be how she normally treats people, believing herself to the better other than other in anything. The protagonist's ego comes to the freedom throughout the story. The most important person in her life is herself, which suggests that she has been selfish. At no stage does he show compassion to understanding to anybody else in the story. Her world appears to revolve around her alone with no considered gift to other. The fact that the protagonist also goes to retrieve the possible by herself may also be important. Some critics may suggest that she is reflecting a level to independent not previously seen in the story, though it is more likely she is being stubborn on reflection to assistant on her husband. There is also a question as to whether the protagonist and their husband are happiness married. On the suffered is just look at the husband could be happily married and when she wanted toward the building when she heard the woman singing, the reader gets a scene that the husband is realized to able to escape from his wife even it is for brief moment on the time. If anything, the husband feels the joy of sound of the woman's voice. For the first time in the story, he may feel a peace with himself. No large having a tour about accommodating his wife here, which a sense for freedom comes over the husband, which lead to the feeling content for the first time in the story. He has forgotten about his wife and is lost in the sound of the woman's voice. It may also be important but that the protagonist is not aware too of them singing as a keeping her ignorance of what is happiness Mansfield may be symbolically suggesting that this protagonist herself is ignorant of the world around her, again selfishly focused on herself.